She lived deep in the forest in a tiny cottage and sold herbal remedies for a living. People living in the town nearby called her Bloody Mary and said she was a witch. None dared to cross the old crone for fear that their cows would go dry, their food stores would rot away before winter, their children would become sick, or any other number of terrifying things that an angry witch could do to her neighbours. Then the little girls began to disappear, one by one. No one could find out where they had gone. Grief-stricken families searched the woods, the local buildings, and the house and barns, but there was no sign of the missing girls. A few brave souls even went to Bloody Mary's home in the woods to see if the witch had taken their girls, but she denied any knowledge of their disappearances. They had noticed that Mary's haggard appearance had changed. She looked younger, more attractive. The neighbours were suspicious, but they could find no proof that the witch had taken their children. Then came the night when the daughter of the miller rose from her bed and walked outside, following an enchanted sound that no one else could hear. The miller's wife had a toothache and was sitting up in the kitchen treating her tooth with a herbal remedy when she saw her daughter leave the house. She screamed for her husband and followed the girl. The miller came running, and together they tried to restrain the girl, but she kept breaking free, heading into the forest. The desperate cries of the miller and his wife woke the neighbours. They came to assist the frantic couple, when suddenly a sharp-eyed farmer gave a shout and pointed towards a strange light at the edge of the woods. A few townsmen followed him into the field and saw Bloody Mary standing beside a large oak tree, holding a magic wand that was pointed at the miller's house. She was glowing an unearthly light as she set her evil spell upon the miller's daughter. The townsmen grabbed their guns and their pitchforks, and they ran towards the witch. When she heard the commotion, Bloody Mary broke off her spell and fled back into the woods. The far-sighted farmer had loaded his gun with silver bullets in case the witch ever came after his daughter. The farmer took aim and fired. The bullet hit Bloody Mary in the hip and she fell to the ground. The angry townsmen leapt upon her and carried her back into the field, where they built a huge bonfire and burned her at the stake. As she burned, Bloody Mary screamed a curse at the villagers. If anyone mentioned her name aloud before a mirror, she would send her spirit to avenge her terrible death. When she was finally dead, the villagers went back to Mary's house, and they found the unmarked graves of their little girls. She had used their blood to make herself young again. From that day on, anyone foolish enough to chant Bloody Mary's name 3 times before a darkened mirror would summon the vengeful spirit of the witch. It is said that she will tear their bodies to pieces and rip their souls from their mutilated bodies. The souls of these unfortunate ones will burn in torment as Bloody Mary once burned, and they will be trapped in the mirror forever. If you've enjoyed this video, then please go ahead and leave it a like. Consider subscribing if folklore and mythology is something that interests you. If you have anything you'd like to discuss or have any ideas for future videos, then please go ahead and let me know in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Mythology and Folklore Explained.